In this video, we will talk about the conflict situation and the real reason for what happened a few days ago in a hotel with Michael Pereira and UFC heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou, which almost escalated into a fight. On the internet, the opinion is raging that Ngannou did not like loud music and he was very rude, for which he, in a very rude manner, forced the Brazilians to no longer celebrate the victory of Pereira. But what is the real reason? This is not the first time that Ngannou has been told that he has become very rude and irritable. So what is the reason for his rudeness? In this video, we will tell you what promoter Bob Arum had to say, and you will understand what is the reason, his temper, and everything is not as simple from the outside. We need to consider the reason in more depth, which we will try to do in this video. Michael Pereira spoke in detail about the conflict with Ngannou in the hotel. It all happened after the Pereira fight, where he did emerge victorious, bringing his record to 5 wins in a row. After the victory, Pereira and his colleagues celebrated the victory at the hotel, where they accidentally stumbled upon Francis Ngannou. In an interview, Pereira spoke about what happened. "We celebrated my victory at the hotel, had fun, and we are such guys, we move to the music, constantly making noise. Even when we lose weight, I always rock and my guys are the same." After the victory, it turned out that the fighter and the representatives of his team had little space in the hotel room, so they moved to the corridor. Continuing the noisy party, one of Pereira's cornermen noticed that someone was coming towards them. Who would you think? Ngannou himself. The guys look at each other like, wow, Ngannou is coming. He comes up and says, "Hey, do you think it's possible to fall asleep with all this noise around? How can I sleep, huh?" Honestly, at that moment, I was not myself. It was after a hard fight. They broke my nose, beat off my legs. If Ngannou starts a fight, what will I do with him? The team is already all drunk. They would not help me with anything. Continuing, Michael Pereira admitted that Ngannou angered him because he did not address them very politely. Obviously, Michael Pereira did not like the way that Francis Ngannou spoke to him and his guests. However, moving a drunken party out of a hotel room into a hotel hallway is not a good idea, as the noise is likely to disturb other guests in the building. Ngannou shared the story on his Instagram and took the opportunity to ask Pereira to also keep quiet until next time. "You must be respectful and polite," Ngannou wrote on Instagram. "You should not drink or listen to music in the hotel common room, which disturbs the sleep of others." The heavyweight champion puts sleep above all else. Ngannou is on all of his nerves, and I understand him, because, well, firstly, he will have an operation on his knees. Ngannou injured his medial collateral and anterior cruciate ligaments while preparing for his fight at the Ultimate Fighting Championship tournament against Cyril Gane back in January. In this fight, he defended the UFC heavyweight championship with a knee injury. It is not a secret that Ngannou has a tense situation with the UFC. His last title defense was his last fight in an organization under contract with the UFC. Now, despite the fact that the contract with the organization is still valid, Ngannou said that he did not intend to fight on the UFC on the same terms. There are still problems in the organization of his dream fight with Fury, where the champion expects to earn several $1 million.
We have our own little statement to make. We want to find out who is the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
Damn right. Yeah.
But not everything goes smoothly as he wanted and as many of his fans would like. His contract with UFC automatically renews by 1 fight after each title defense. This agreement prohibits fighters from fighting outside of the UFC. Therefore, to organize a fight with Fury, you will have to negotiate with Dana White, and it's not a fact that this will lead to anything. Promoter Bob Arum spoke about the difficulties of organizing the fight between Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. At the moment, Ngannou is injured. He has a torn ACL, and they are working on his rehabilitation, so he will not be available until next year. That's when we'll see if he has a contract with the UFC that will keep him out of the fight, or if he's a free agent. We will look at all the obstacles that may stand in the way of organizing this fight. I never discussed this fight with Dana White. It's funny, but I've never spoken to him in my life. I don't know his position in this fight. If the UFC has certain rights to fighters, then we will naturally respect that. But now it's all a little premature. It will be necessary to sit down with Tyson Fury, have a couple of dinners together, and listen to his thoughts on this matter, Bob Arum said. In addition to the fight, the bookmakers are in favor of Tyson Fury to win against Francis Ngannou. Therefore, it is obvious why the champion is so irritable and quick-tempered lately. In the case of Pereira, you can understand why he was so rude. So, get well, champ. UFC fans miss big fights. Oliver vs. Gaethje and Chandler vs. Ferguson's last high-profile fights ended very quickly and didn't give the fans a chance to really enjoy them. and we hope to see a dream fight soon. Battle of two giants where Ngannou is counting on to receive the biggest payday in his life, which will allow him to leave the sport rich and enjoy life more. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our second channel too.